Hello, we are going to talk about the proper way to pronounce the Gayatri Mantra. The Gayatri Mantra is perhaps the most famous Veda mantra. It's very important with the Vedic mantras to use the proper pronunciation and the Veda swaras, the melody for chanting, to get the good effects from the mantra. So we don't have aspirated consonants in the English language, but we have the aspirated sounds here in this mantra. We do have those sounds in English, though. To create an aspirated ba sound, we must combine the ba and the ha sound. If you take a word which ends in ba, like job, and you combine it with a word that begins in ha, like honey, then we get this sound. We can hear it if we say these two words in quick succession. Job, honey, job, honey, job, honey. So that's that sound, pa, pa. This may take a little practice to accomplish for Westerners. A common mistake for Westerners here is to say these like two syllables, baha. It should be one clear syllable, ba. Hindi speakers may tend to de-emphasize the aspirated sound. So when they say it may sound similar to a ba. In the Sanskrit chanting, we've got to say it very clearly. A clear distinction is made between ba and pa. So the aspirated consonants in this mantra are the ba in bhur, and also in bhuva, and in bhargo, and the aspirated dha in dhimahi, and dhiyo. English speakers need to be aware of dental consonants. The dental sounds in Sanskrit are different than our English sounds. In English, we make these sounds by placing the tip of the tongue above the teeth. To produce the Sanskrita dental sounds, it's necessary to touch the tip of the tongue to the back of the top row of teeth for a softer sound and softer energy. Listen to the difference. Ta, 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 ta. Both of the tas in tat are dental, as is the ta in savitur and in prachodayat. The da in devasya is dental, and in prachodayat is dental. The aspirated da in dhimahi and dhiyo also are dental, as is the na in na. Cerebral sounds. These are also called retroflex sounds in Sanskrita. They're very different from any sound we have in English. To make these sounds, we have to take the tip of the tongue to the back of the way back to the roof of the mouth, to the front of the hard palate. These sounds are harder than our English sounds. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. The only cerebral sound in this mantra is the na in Varenyam. Then we have to watch out for the long vowels. The long vowels in Sanskrit are different from our English sounds. They are differentiated from the short vowels by their duration. The long vowel sounds are held longer. A short vowel gets one beat, A long vowel gets two beats, ah. So in the word Gayatri, the first ah is long, the second is short, and the final syllable e is also long. Listen to the difference. Gayatri, Gayatri, Gayatri. Or in the word yoga, the o is long. We don't say it like Westerners say it, yoga, but we say yoga. The long vowels in the Gayatri Mantra are as follows. They are underlined here in the text. No, these are the short vowels. Let's see. The long vowels are here. I've skipped slide. I didn't need to skip yet. The long vowels are om, bhur, varenyam, Bhargo devasya dhimahi dhiyo yo prachodayat. This is the long vowels. The short vowels, they're different than the long vowel. They're voiced with a shorter duration. Most of the short vowels are pronounced slightly differently than the long vowels. If you're not familiar with the different vowel sounds, it would be a good idea to review them all. We will mention all the short vowels in this mantra with a specific description of a couple. One very common mistake for English speakers is to pronounce the short sound in Sanskrit the wrong, because it's transliterated as an English letter A with no diacritical marks. Like in English, we tend to say ah as in father, or ah as in cat. The ah is the long vowel sound in Sanskrit, and the ah sound doesn't exist in Sanskrit. So this sound should be as in the English word run, So it's not tat savitur, it's tat savitur. The short sounds in this mantra are underlined in this text. Bhuva, suva, tat savitur, varenyam, bhargo, devasya, dhimahi, deyo na prachodayat. We need to watch out for the visarga and know how to pronounce this in different places. This sound will be pronounced differently depending on where it is in the line and what sound precedes it. When the visarga falls at the end of a line, it gets 2 syllables. There is an aspiration of the preceding vowel sound with a few variations, as in Om Shivaya Namaha, Namaha. When the sound falls in the middle of a line, it does not get its own syllable. In this case, it is pronounced as a slight aspiration. Or when it precedes a sha, or sa sound, sometimes it's treated like a double consonant in certain cases, for example. So a double consonant, what does this sound like? These are pronounced with a pause. It is as if we prepare to say the first consonant and then we pause briefly before actually saying the second. Examples would be the Sanskrit word anna, meaning rice, or siddha, meaning a person with mystical powers. The difference between a single and double consonant can be heard in the difference between Buddha, Buddha, which is the god of Buddhism, Buddha, or Buddha is the planet Mercury. So you can hear the difference. The first written here is Buddha, and the second is Buddha. So we'll go back and look at this. So when these words change order, we say Om Namah Shivaya. This sounds like a double sha. Because suva is at the end of the line, we say suvaha. Because bhuva is in the middle of the line, before a sa, we say bhuva suvaha. Bhuva suvaha. Bhuva suvaha. The nah is in the middle of a line before prachodayat. And so we say nah. You hear a slight aspiration sound is made. Nah. In each of these cases, the sound is pronounced in a distinct way, but it's always pronounced in some way. In the mantra, we want to be careful to roll the R's more than we do in English. Bhur, bhuvasuvaha, tat savitur varenyam bhargo devasya dhimahi dhiyo yo na prachodayat. Once a person has become comfortable with saying the basic sounds, we would recommend practicing the words until we can say all the sounds together comfortably before adding the Veda swaras, the melody. And then then a person can work on adding the proper swaras, the melody. Let us review the 4 Veda swaras. Anudatta is the low pitch, indicated by a horizontal line below the letter. The udatta is the middle pitch, indicated by no marking. The swarita is the high pitch, indicated by a vertical line above the letter. And the dirgha is the middle pitch, changing to the high pitch, indicated by 2 vertical lines above a letter. So when we add the Veda swaras, then this mantra will sound like Om Bhur Bhuva Suvaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Deyo Yodnah Prachodayate Om Bhur Bhuva Suvaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Deyo Yodnah Prachodayate Om Bhurбhuvah Suvah Tatsaviturvarehinyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Deyo Yonah Prachodayate. When we offer the mantra to the sacred fire, the swara will change a bit at the end of the mantra. In this case, we say Om Bhurбhuvah Suvah Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Deyo Yonah Prachodayat Swaha. Like so. After offerings, we can say Gayatriya Yedam Namama. Meaning, this is for Gayatri, it is not mine. Gayatri becomes Gayatri. Gayatri. They may say Gayatriye, but, to make the distinction between A sound and I sound, we'll say Gayatri. When this is combined with Idam Namama, it becomes Ya Yedam. Ya Yedam. We have example as well in Vyahriti Homam. These mantras, Om Bhu Swaha Agnaya Idam Namama. Because the Sandhi, Agnaye, A plus E becomes Idam, E. A plus E becomes E. Agnaya Idam Namama. Om Bhuva Swaha Vayava Idam Namama. Om Suva Swaha Adityaya Yedam Namama. Adityaya plus E becomes A. Adityaya Yedam Namama. Om Bhurбhuvah Suvah Swaha Prajapataya Idam Namama. So in the popular Agnihotra mantras as well, and for the modern day practice taught by the modern gurus, this is different, distinct from the Vedic Agnihotra practice. Of course, they're leaving out the Sandhi. They're teaching the mantras incorrectly. These mantras, it should be Om Suryaya Swaha Suryayedam Namama. This is correct because we use the Sandhi. Om Prajapataya Swaha Prajapataya Idam Namama. Or also there's the other in the evening, Om Agnaya Swaha Agnaya Idam Namama. So it's important that we use proper Sandhi when we're doing the Sanskrit mantras to get the proper effect of the mantras. Otherwise, it can be confusing, it can be unclear, and we can get different results altogether. Harihi Om.